our pride and joy right now.
A climate-controlled cargo van. You might think that's no one's dream ride until you meet Dave Gravelin.
On any given Monday, I'm traveling 300 miles.
Traveling to deliver locally grown fruits and vegetables to school cafeterias throughout the North Country.
If we're serving butternut squash here in October, it was probably picked 3 days ago, maybe 15, 20 miles away.
The program's called Farm to School. It launched in 2018 with grant support from the State Department of Agriculture and Markets. As the Assistant Director of Central School Food Management at St. Lawrence Lewis Bosse's, Gravelin's been there from the start. He's part of a team that's worked to overcome roadblocks.
For years, we've tried to figure out how to get it into schools, and there's been all kinds of challenges like delivery and procurement and figuring out all those pieces.
With help from local farmers, Cornell Cooperative Extension of St. Lawrence County, and Canton's Big Spoon Kitchen, the pieces came together, allowing the Farm to School program to grow from serving 10,000 pounds of locally grown fruits and vegetables in 2018 to 65,000 pounds last school year.
So in that short period of time, we've grown that much, and each year we've seen growth, and that's what kind of excites us, keeps us going to try to find something else.
It's something that we are very proud to do.
Andrew Bryce is part owner of Applewood Orchards in Rensselaer Falls, one of the program's participating farms.
It allows us to get our apples into local schools, show them that produce does come locally here from the North Country.
So this is actually all of our Honeycrisp.
The program also gives Andrew and his partners at Applewood Orchards a steady customer.
It allows us to have that consistency when it comes to knowing that we have X amount of bins of apples in our storage and that we know that we have an outlet to our local schools and to our local students.
We take pride in what we do on growing a great crop.
Brent Phillips' farm will provide the program with more than 20,000 ears of corn this year.
They were happy. They loved the corn. And that just is great. I mean, there's nothing better than getting good food into these kids.
All of those apples and all of those ears of corn end up here in the Harvest Kitchen at the Extension Learning Farm in Canton. Let's take a look inside.
We're here in the Harvest Kitchen, which was built in 2016.
Maria Filippi is the local food program leader for Cornell Cooperative Extension of St. Lawrence County. She oversees the Harvest Kitchen on the Extension's Learning Farm. In addition to serving as a workspace for local caterers and chefs, the kitchen is at the heart of what makes the Farm to School program feasible.
We have cold storage, so you might be receiving bins and bins of apples before they're wedged by Big Spoon.
Officially known as Big Spoon Kitchen, Will Trithard is the Canton-based business's co-owner. Big Spoon launched in 2016, cooking prepared meals with locally sourced ingredients.
It started there, and then pretty quickly, Flip came inquiring about a partnership with Farm to School.
The company took on the challenge.
It fit right with our mission, local food from local farms to people in our county and area. So we couldn't say no, and we are happy that we said yes. It's been a good program for us.
Big Spoon uses the Harvest Kitchen to get the fruits and vegetables that arrive from the farms ready for lunch trays.
One of the biggest challenges with using fresh product is it takes labor to get that to a usable spot, right? A usable state. And over the years, cafeteria food service staffs have shrunk, I would say, over the last 3 decades. And so, our program, we really tried to figure out a way to get products in there so that they didn't have to spend a lot of labor hours getting the product usable, ready to go.
Getting freshly picked sweet corn ready to serve was on Big Spoon's itinerary the day we visited the Harvest Kitchen.
I actually enjoy husking corn. It's just tactile and you get your body moving.
Once the corn is husked, each ear is sliced in half.
They go in the steamer just until they brighten up.
Will says that brings out the flavors.
It takes about 7 or 8 minutes. Then they go onto racks over here. They get rolled into the cooler and then into the freezer.
Which makes it usable later in the school year when our growing season ends, which we know is pretty short in our area.
And eventually those ears of corn, all 20,000 plus, will make their way into Dave Gravelin's van and onto a lunch tray in a North Country school.
That's the biggest thing right there. You're talking fresh stuff, and we're supporting the local farmers. We're keeping our money local.